Norse mythology, a tapestry of myths and legends that has captivated generations, is a world rich in gods, heroes, monsters, and forces that challenge the cosmic order. In this video, we'll embark on a deep dive into the realms of Yggdrasil, uncovering iconic figures like Odin, Thor, and Loki, and the myths that defined the culture of the Viking peoples. We'll also discuss how these ancient stories have influenced modern pop culture. Video prompt 1. Introduction to Norse mythology. What makes Norse mythology distinct from other mythologies? We'll briefly explore how the religious and mythological traditions of the Scandinavian peoples evolved, giving rise to a unique pantheon centered on values such as fate, struggle, death, and rebirth. We'll discuss how these stories were passed down orally and only later written down in the Icelandic sagas and the Eddas. Yggdrasil and the Nine Realms. Introduce the central concept of Yggdrasil, the cosmic tree that connects the 9 realms of Norse mythology. Each realm has its own meaning and population of supernatural beings. From Asgard to Midgard, from Niflheim to Muspelheim, every kingdom plays a role in the cosmic order. 2. The Norse gods. Odin, All-Father Odin, is the central deity of the Norse pantheon. We'll analyze his complexity, from god of wisdom, war, and death to the solitary figure in search of ultimate knowledge. We'll discuss his deeds, such as sacrificing his eye to gain wisdom from Mimir's well and his quest for answers in the world of the dead. In depth, why does Odin sacrifice himself by hanging from the Yggdrasil tree, and what are his connections to rune magic and occult knowledge? Thor, god of thunder. The contrast between Odin and Thor. While Odin is shrewd and strategic, Thor represents brute strength, protection of humanity, and the battle against the forces of chaos. We'll delve into his connection with Mjolnir, the hammer that strikes thunder, and his role as the protector of both gods and humans. In depth, Thor's connection to farmers and his apparent simplicity, which makes him one of the most popular gods in the pantheon. Loki, the trickster. Loki is the most complex and ambiguous figure in Norse mythology. God of mischief, deception, and chaos, he is responsible for key events such as the death of Balder and the onset of Ragnarok. He is also the father of monsters like Fenrir and Jormungandr. In depth, we'll analyze Loki's duality, an ally of the gods who ultimately betrays them. Other gods and goddesses. Freya, the goddess of love, beauty, and war, whose beauty is so powerful it even disturbs the gods. Tyr, the god of courage and justice, who sacrifices his hand to bind Fenrir. Balder, the symbol of purity and light, whose death marks the beginning of the decline of the gods. 3. Mythical creatures and the giants. The Jotnar, giants. Will explore the role of the giants in Norse mythology. Though often viewed as enemies of the gods, the giants represent primordial and natural forces, in contrast with the civilizing order of the gods. The conflict between gods and giants is perpetual, symbolizing the battle between order and chaos. In depth, the complex relationship between the giants and the gods, including Odin's marriage to the giantess Jorv, the earth, and the giant's importance in the creation of the universe. Fenrir, the wolf. Fenrir, one of Loki's children, is destined to kill Odin during Ragnarok. We'll discuss his imprisonment by the gods, his connection to prophecy, and his inevitable role as an agent of the world's end. In depth, Fenrir as a symbol of rebellion and the struggle against fate. Jormungandr, the world serpent. The colossal serpent that encircles the earth, another of Loki's children, is destined to kill Thor during Ragnarok. We'll explore its image as a symbol of danger, chaos, and its eternal struggle with the god of thunder. 4. Ragnarok, the end of the world. The cycle of destruction and rebirth. Ragnarok is not just an end, but also a new beginning. The final battle will see the death of many gods, including Odin and Thor, but will pave the way for a new era of peace and renewal. We'll discuss the main figures involved in Ragnarok, such as the wolf Fenrir, the serpent Jormungandr, and the clash between gods and the forces of chaos. In depth, the Norse view of death and rebirth, and the fate of humankind, who survived the end of the world to rebuild a new society. 5. Life and death, the world of humans. The concept of fate, word in Norse mythology, fate, often personified by the Norns, the three women who weave fate, plays a central role. Living beings, whether gods or humans, cannot escape their destiny, no matter how much they try. We'll delve into the concept of fatalism and the struggle against fate that permeates all Norse myths. Life after death, Valhalla and Helheim. We'll discuss the different destinations after death. Warriors who fall in battle go to Valhalla, where they are welcomed by Odin, while those who are not deemed worthy rest in Hel, the realm of Loki's daughter. The concept of death in Norse culture differs from other cultures, with an emphasis on glory in battle. 6. The influence of Norse mythology on modern culture. In literature, movies, and video games. We'll explore how Norse mythology has been reinterpreted over the centuries, from J.R.R. Tolkien and Richard Wagner's works to its integration into modern pop culture through films like Thor by Marvel Studios and video games like God of War. In depth, we'll analyze how these modern adaptations have changed the perception of the original myths and which aspects have been altered to fit contemporary tastes. 7. Conclusion, the enduring legacy of Norse mythology. Final reflections on why Norse mythology continues to be so fascinating today. What do these stories of gods and monsters teach us? How can we apply their lessons in our own lives? Call to action. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Norse mythology, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let us know in the comments which god or myth impressed you the most and which aspect of Norse mythology you'd like us to explore further.